Today on Soccer Sphere, we'll be discussing some exciting news. What is truly happening at Manchester United as Ruben Amorim brutally kicks out Ten Hag's expensive star for FFP reasons? Is this the start of a total purge, or just a new kind of chaos? Meanwhile, could Brighton's costly victory offer a free pass for MU to grab 3 easy points this weekend? And most shockingly, is Alejandro Garnacho truly living a nightmare at Chelsea, proving Amorim was right about his mentality and clearing the way for Chido Obi to take his place permanently? For more information, watch the video. We also have equally exciting football news, so stay tuned until the end to find out. Welcome to Soccer Sphere. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to get the latest updates. £36.5 million loss. Amorim kicks out Erik Ten Hag's expensive star. Manchester United begin brutal squad clear-out. Soccer Sphere. The revolution at Old Trafford is proving to be far more ruthless than imagined. Manager Ruben Amorim, fresh from stirring controversy with his long ball tactics, is now showing his coldest face. He is ready to ditch his predecessor's expensive legacy to build a squad according to his own blueprint. The latest reports suggest that Amorim has greenlit the sale of a star player signed by Erik Ten Hag for a phenomenal price, £36.5 million, around IDR 730 billion. This sale is not merely a transfer, it is a statement, a tactical execution. The victim of the new philosophical cruelty. This player is an absolute casualty of philosophical incompatibility. They, who were supposed to be a pillar during the Ten Hag era, are now deemed a tactical burden under Amorim's 3-4-3 system. Amorim's highly pragmatic tactics demand high intensity, physical duels, and uncompromising discipline. Exactly what led United to their dirty win at Anfield. For Amorim, a player who cannot meet the demands for quick transitions and second balls has no place, regardless of their price tag. Philosophy over investment. Manchester United losing billions for financial safety. Although the club must absorb a massive financial loss, Amorim's clearance is driven by cold financial logic. Addressing FFP. The sale is vital to reduce the high wage bill of a costly player with minimal contribution, helping United comply with strict financial fair play. FFP regulations. Freeing up funds for new targets. The generated cash will be immediately allocated by Amorim to finance his own targets in January, such as the Sporting CP defender he has been scouting. He only wants to recruit the pieces that are 100% compatible with his revolutionary chessboard. This is a complete, unsentimental squad purge. The new era of Manchester United begins with the abolition of an expensive and failed legacy. A costly victory for Brighton. Welbeck is the hero, but Fabian Hürzeler is stressed as the injury crisis is never-ending. Brighton's 2-1 victory over Newcastle United should have been a party. The Seagulls secured 3 points, and Danny Welbeck, the veteran getting better with age, scored a beautiful brace against his former rivals' neighbors. But hold on, coach Fabian Hürzeler's smile instantly faded after the final whistle. Why? Because Brighton is plagued by an injury curse that makes their medical room busier than their substitutes bench. A new casualty falls amidst the win. The latest drama involves the Paraguayan midfielder, Diego Gomez. After struggling to pass a fitness test following a thigh injury on international duty, Gomez lasted only 35 minutes before collapsing again, this time due to a hip injury. Hürzeler, clearly frustrated, could not help but criticize national teams for not returning players in proper condition. Truly a costly victory. The absentees list that makes Old Trafford smile. Brighton must now travel to face an on-fire Manchester United with a severely depleted squad. Imagine the key players Herzler might be without. Defensive pillars down. Adam Webster long-term absence. And Solly March still recovering, can only watch. Key winger threatened. Fan favorite star Keira Mitoma is seriously doubtful to play due to an ankle injury. A list of doubts. Veltman, Gruda, and now Gomez are all in a 50-50 race against time. Even though Danny Welbeck is ready to lead the attack, one big question hangs in the air. Can one or two heroes carry an entire battered team? This injury crisis is the true test of Brighton's depth and mentality. Could it be true? From Rasmimhen headlines at Old Trafford, Alejandro Garnacho is now living a nightmare at Chelsea. Alejandro Garnacho's dramatic decision to leave Manchester United and join Chelsea for a reported £40 million last summer is once again under intense scrutiny. Observers at Carrington, particularly those following the Amorim regime, are growing anxious. Could the warnings given by Amorim and analysts about Garnacho's mentality actually be coming true? Subbed off twice at halftime. Is Garnacho frustrated? Garnacho's nightmare at Stamford Bridge is becoming a reality. In Chelsea's match against Nottingham Forest, manager Enzo Maresca did not hesitate to haul Garnacho off at halftime, the 45th minute. This marks the second time Garnacho has been substituted mid-game due to unsatisfactory performance. Maresca's brutal decision was ironic. After Garnacho was taken off, Chelsea, who had been struggling to break the deadlock, immediately scored 3 goals and won 3-0. This seemed to confirm that Garnacho's presence on the pitch was becoming a tactical hindrance to Chelsea. The ignored warnings. Mentality versus discipline. Warnings about Garnacho's difficulty adapting were clearly visible even when he was at Old Trafford. His biggest issue? Not talent, but tactical discipline and defensive effort. Falling asleep defensively. In his debut against Brentford, Garnacho was blamed for falling asleep while defending late in the game, leading to Chelsea conceding an equalizer. Analysts like Jamie Redknapp openly criticized Garnacho for losing focus. Amorim conflict. His former manager, Ruben Amorim, did not hesitate to exclude him from the squad due to disciplinary issues, implying that Garnacho needed maturity. Amorim even implicitly hinted that Garnacho wanted a different thing with a different leadership before the transfer. While Amorim is now finding momentum at Manchester United and pushing forward a new homegrown hero, Chido Obi Rasmimhen, Garnacho is sinking into the same dilemma: how to balance extraordinary individual talent with the necessary collective discipline. Hopes are fading. Garnacho arrived at Chelsea with huge expectations, but he is struggling to adapt to Maresca's demands for pressing and hard work. If Amorim emphasizes second balls and discipline, Maresca demands flexibility and responsibility during transition phases. Now, Garnacho's fate rests on his willingness to learn and mature, as suggested by some pundits. If he fails to do so, the former darling of Old Trafford will become a bitter example of wasted talent, while his former club, Manchester United, may have already found a more compliant and effective replacement.